welcome back to another ASMR video. Today we're gonna continue stories from During the Fire. This time the story is from Indonesia. It's called The Moon and Prince Indra's Eyes. I apologize if I say any words wrong. So let's begin. In the beginning of beginnings, Brahma created the whole of the vast universe from an egg. From it, he carefully fashioned the heavens and placed at the center of it the sun and the moon. And then he created time, which he cut into two equal parts. Day and night, he called them. The day he gave to sun, and the night he gave to moon. He went on to make the rivers and the sea, seeing that all were very beautiful to look at. Brahma was pleased. He was inspired to also create mountains, which he covered with green grass, flowering plants and shrubs. Brahma was still not satisfied, so he brought gods into existence. Among these was Indra, whom he gave 1,000 eyes to watch over the heavens. Then Brahma created mankind to please the gods he made. At last, Brahma thought all of his creation perfect. It was only then that his happiness became complete. It was only then that he stopped to rest. But the sun wanted all the heavens to himself, and so, it seemed, did the moon. Sun stole little bits of night from moon, and moon snuck and snatched pieces of day from sun. Both seemed to want to outdo each other's light until suddenly there stopped being a difference between day and night. Days blended into each other that no one could tell one day from the other. Prince Indra heard of the feud between sun and moon. He summoned sun to his castle. Prince Indra asked sun about the feud. Sun readily admitted in a mockful tone that he wanted the heavens to himself. That is being a bit too greedy, don't you think? Prince Indra asked. Couldn't stand selfish, arrogant creatures like sun. Then you should call in moon as well, sun sneered. The faint creature is as greedy as I am. Haughty sun left in a huff after saying this. He did not even take leave of Prince Indra. Prince Indra called for moon at once. When moon arrived, Prince Indra was struck by her beauty. He could not believe that such a lovely creature wanted more than her fair share of time. But moon insisted that she only back what was truly hers. She explained that the only way for her to keep night would be to snatch pieces from sun. My good sir, may I lose all the light I have within me if I am lying, Moon said, tears brimming from her eyes. But can you see how men have lost the night, the time to rest in their dreams? They hardly know when the day starts, and when yet another day begins. This is all sun's doing. That's the egg that Brahma used to make the universe. their sun and moon. Prince Indra was moved by moon, but he wanted to be fair. He wanted to believe he was a fair god. I'm going to find out the truth for myself, he said to Moon. One of you will have to pay the consequences of lying. He dismissed her with a wave of his hand, although it broke his heart to see her leave. Prince Indra lost no time, and he came down from the heavens. First he went to the fields among the farmers, disguised himself as one of them. One farmer noticed that the sun had not stopped shining, even if they had been working for such a long time. His wife noticed it too and complained of her hurting back. Another farmer thought it may be because it had not been night for a very long time, that they had not rested lately. Young man, the first farmer said to Prince Indra, do not seem as tired as we are. Perhaps you might tell us the secret of how we can finally rest. Fearful that they might find out that he was a god, Prince Indra did not open his mouth to speak and hurried away from them. Next, Prince Indra went to a village where artists live. He disguised himself as one of them. A sculptor said it seemed that he had stopped dreaming. He was working on a shapeless wooden sculpture that sadly lacked an inspiration. A painter agreed with the sculptor. He himself was at work on a painting that did not have color. Pretty soon, we will forget how once we dreamed and were moved by dreams to do art. Soon, we will perish, sighed a poet after reciting a poem of meaningless words. The sculptor noticed Prince Indra. You do not look as deprived of dreams as we all are. Perhaps you might tell us the secret of how we can recover our dreams. Afraid they might find out he was a god, Prince Indra did not speak, and at once ran away. Prince Indra went on to visit the temple. He disguised himself as one of the priests. The youngest of them noted that for the longest time it had been day, and yet they still had not paused to take a rest from all their prayers and offerings. The old priest, the wisest of them, suggested that they study until they found the truth. But as soon as the words were out of his mouth, he looked as if he was going to collapse. The middle-aged priest felt like giving up. He was already so tired. Priest noticed Prince Indra. He did not seem so worn out from all this praying and studying as we are. Perhaps you might tell us the secret of how we can keep on studying and praying without rest. Before they could find out he was a god, Prince Indra hurried away from them. Just then, Prince Indra heard a roar in the very bright sky. He hurried back, and it was just in time to see the sun get what little light moon still had left. He changed little dark bits of night to bright pieces of day. Beside him, the helpless moon sobbed. Son, stop what you are doing at once and return every piece of night you have stolen from Moon, Prince Indra said in a voice even the other gods feared. Because you lied and were very selfish, I will have to punish you. Every time this night, you will have to step down from the heavens so I can make sure you do not try to snatch pieces of night ever again. Try anything foolish, you will have to deal with my wrath. Sun promptly did as he was told and left. The heavens turned dark, and it was night again after a long, long time. The farmers, artists, and priests welcomed the night and the sight of the lovely moon. Happily, they went to sleep at once, to rest and dream. From that time on, the humbled sun quickly comes down from the heavens to make way for the moon. He hides behind the mountains or sometimes behind the sea to avoid Prince Indra's terrible wrath. We sometimes see moon even in the daytime. It is just as Brahma wished in the beginning of time. When we look up in the night sky and see stars, we know that Prince Indra is keeping watch. His 1,000 eyes light up the skies and to make sure that sun is not snatching a piece of night from his beloved moon. I hope you liked that story. I know I did. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time.